When the obstacles come, and you have the tools, e.g., sit down, meditate, but the monkey mind still focuses on the problem, obstacle. Is that worse because it is giving it more energy? Yes, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. So I'm going to explain that clearly to you. When you sit down and meditate, and those days that the monkey mind is just not working, you're just getting more agitated, my suggestion is stop meditating immediately, because you're just giving it more energy and you're getting frustrated. What should you do then? Don't just give up the practices. Start to put on something positive, listen to a tape, or go to YouTube and listen to somebody speaking about something positive. Or take a book and instead of meditating, read something positive. Now, when the obstacle is so strong, even by listening you don't hear, and even by reading, nothing goes through. Then I really advise either prayer or mantra. Repeat a mantra. Just repeat Om Namah Shivaya or Hari Om or Om Shanti or whatever, and this too shall pass. Don't give it that much energy. Another technique, for me, I love music, so music for me fills and changes everything, all the energy in my body, so I'll put on music. Or go walk by the beach, the seashore, and listen to the waves hit upon the shore. And do that instead when your mind is so crazy. At other times, it is important to sit and observe the monkey mind. But you have to be strong when you're doing that. You have to be, because when you're going through an obstacle, the mind is going to be finding it very difficult to sit with yourself. But there are some moments in those difficult times that you are stronger. Maybe you've just been with a good friend and you feel a little bit elevated, so you feel a little stronger. Now, at that moment, sit down and observe the obstacle and observe the monkey mind. Because now you are stronger, you can do it, you're uplifted. And ask yourself, why are you doing this to yourself? You know, it's like my aunt said many years ago, it's like playing the same CD and hoping to hear a new tune. Change the CD. Change it. And when you can see, oh my God, see, my monkey mind is only an obstacle, not because the obstacle is real, it's unreal. It's only real because it's in my thought. It's in my thought. So, and I'm playing it all the time. I keep playing the same thing. I'm scared. Like yesterday we had somebody in the talk and she kept on saying, I've been panicking, you know, panic attacks, and she was shaking, right? And by the end she stopped and she couldn't stop talking. You were there, you saw that. She didn't look very panicked to me, did you? Right? Because of course, when you keep telling yourself, I'm panicking, and what's going to happen? As you think, so it will become. I'm not saying the panic attacks will disappear so quick, but once you are aware, as you think it will become, then when you start to panic and then you watch yourself, you can actually laugh at yourself. Nothing's going to happen. I'm okay. You know, I've done this so many times. It's not a big deal. I'm peaceful. The brain will get the message, right? So it's at these times you need to watch what is causing the panic, what is causing the fear, and then you will find it's always something to do with either fear of loss of someone, fear of loss of something, or you have lost something that you really enjoyed, or you have a strong desire that's not being fulfilled. You know, you will start to notice what's causing the problem. So that's why it's necessary sometimes to sit and observe the problem, but you have to be strong. And like I said, separate yourself from the problem, observe it, look at it, and then say, why do I constantly react the same way? How can I change this? And once you do have this conversation with yourself, or a conversation with God, whatever you want to call it, then you will want to change it. Because at this point, you are exhausted with your mind. You're fed up with it. So you'll want to do it badly, and you will do it. I always say to all of you when, I love it when people walk into my office and they've had so much depression and so many panic attacks that they're fed up of their own minds. Because at that point, they're ready to change. They had enough. And then there is a way out. And that's my wonderful job, and all of you as yoga teachers too, is to tell them, hey, there's a way out, because it's all in here. There's a way out. It's not, you're not stuck in this forever, ever, amen. Otherwise you just want to die. What's the point of living, right? And there's a way out. And once you give people hope, then there's a way out. Then they really want it, they'll get out. And then you have to tell them patience, patience, patience. Some people find the way out like this. Some people months, some people years, some people many, many years. But they always find a way out. And everybody's different. And you should never judge yourself to anybody else's canvas or anybody else's cloth, because we're all different. And if you find long to get it out, don't think that you're dumb or stupid or bad or you can't do it. It's just that there's a lot of mud in there and you just have to work really hard. That's all. Some people have to work harder than others. Because we just have to clean up the act. And doesn't make you better or worse. It actually, if you would struggle for a long time, and you eventually get well, the feeling is, wow, elation. You actually automatically go into bliss. You don't even have to go samadhi. That's what Sri Patanjali tells us. Accepting pain for purification. Pain purifies the mind. When you know that pain is not there to harm you, but to help you to cross that. And what does he say is Kriya Yoga? He says, what is the way to heal the pain? He gives us 3 lessons or messages. He said, one is Kriya Yoga, is also pranayama, breathing, learning the breathing practices to help calm the mind. Is Swadhyaya is study of spiritual books, which I mentioned earlier on. Positive, positive, positive. And finally, Ishvara Pranidhanam, which means surrender to God, or surrender to life, or surrender to the universe, whatever you want to call it. Because sometimes we just cannot be in control. How many of you felt that? Yeah. Really, you just cannot control it. It just is the way it is. And that's the surrender. Surrender to what's happening to you. Say, this is happening to me. I want it to change, but I can't change it. So the next thing is acceptance. And acceptance means you are going to experience pain initially. You will. And that's why it says accepting pain for purification. That's the first step. When you accept, and that's why it takes us so long to accept, because the soul knows the moment you accept, initially it's painful, but only initially. And then in time, that pain transform. I call it alchemy. Alchemy. I really think it's magic. Because when you accept pain for purification and you get through it, the people that get through it, when they come out on the other side, they develop another strength that is so amazing. The Sanskrit books call it amrita, which means nectar. Your life develops a nectar, like there's a nectar quality. The food of the gods or the magic of the gods that you read about in Shakespeare. What do they, the love potions? It's that kind of nectar that will come out. And it's a feeling of bliss. It is a feeling of bliss that comes up. And it's so powerful, as one of our members in this room has experienced after undergoing great pain. It's so powerful that you actually can feel a force pushing you down on the floor or lifting you up. In the case of Saint Teresa of Avila, right? She was so like her heart chakra was so open. She went through a lot of pain. I don't know if you know that, in her life. And then when she went through it, and she found whenever, like we see Gurudev, we get uplifted, she saw the picture of Lord Jesus. Every time she saw his picture, because it's the energy of the heart, the love, right, which is the consciousness. And she saw it through the form of Jesus. So every time she passed his picture in the hallway, she'd levitate. she would levitate. I mean, these are true stories. Levitation happens, you know, or you're pushed down and you feel you can't get up, you know. And I'm sure many of you sometimes have been in meditation. I don't know if you felt this, and you've gone really deep and you just can't get up. You don't even want to get up. It's like something, your mind saying, I need to move now, but you feel stuck. Any of you felt that? Yeah? You feel stuck. I have to go, I have to do this, but don't wanna. It's like a force is pulling you down. You know, you just have to stay in that zone that is so beautiful. So pain is not a bad thing, because it takes you to these states, you know. After going through so much pain, it takes you to the next stage, which is so much bliss, so much connection. So, yeah, pain is not necessarily a bad thing. So, to answer your question, yes, when there's an obstacle, sometimes when you're strong, meditate on it and why you are going through it. And other times when you're weak and weepy, don't meditate on it, listen to music or read a good book, okay? So know yourself. You see, again, you have to know yourself. Are you strong? Are you weak? Are you in a good place? Because if you're in a bad place and you try to meditate, you just get angry with God. There's no God, there's no consciousness, there's nothing. Not working, it's not working, it's not working, it's worse. It's not going to work. So no point doing that. Just sit with yourself and say, yucky, you know, I'm feeling yucky today. So I'm going to listen to some good music and take a few deep breaths to feel that. Accept that you feel that way. Don't lie to yourself, because you make a hypocrite to yourself, okay? And then you'll never get through the problem, because you're always constantly lying. And what is the essence of this divine energy of consciousness? It is truth, knowledge, bliss, absolute. So you have to live in total truth with yourself and with the consciousness